On the West, we got OKC versus Minnesota. And Joe, let's get right into it. All day, cray-cray. SGA has looked like the best player in the playoffs.
Cray-cray. Yeah, I'm going to go cray-cray. SGA's been great. Yeah. What has he been? 29, 6.5 assists, 6 rebounds, 1.5 steals. He's shooting 48 from the field. He's shooting 29% from 3 right now. 85 from the line. And so he hasn't looked his best, is what I'll say. Yeah, I think compared to the regular season, he hasn't quite looked as good. He's not as efficient. He's definitely not shooting as well. He rounded into form, I think, in the latter half of the Denver series. But early on, he did not look good. You know, I think games 1, 2, maybe even 3, he wasn't really shooting that well. And it did look a little bit like he's struggling with the moment a little bit. Right? I'm wondering if that ramps up. Now, towards the end of the series, he was great, and I think he kind of got more comfortable. But then, like we said, the deeper you get into the playoffs, the more the scrutiny is, right? And it becomes a little bit more. OKC survived this series with Denver, and that's all we can call it. Game 1, what a debacle. Just what a incredible chokage by the coach. Okay, like I don't blame the players. They were executing the game plan. Why the freak with like 10 seconds left in the game, you're up 3, you're fouling immediately to put them on the line? Like you don't want to run a second off the clock? Like literally, I think there was like 10.9 seconds. They fouled 10.6 seconds. Like what is the rush here? Like really? You want to do that? Because essentially, you're putting all the pressure back on yourself. Like, why would you do that? Because if they don't have pressure, because they're getting free points with no time off the clock, they know they got to make 2. When it comes back to you, all of a sudden, it's a 1-point game and you have to make 2 free throws or else you're going to give up the lead. And, of course, Chet choked. And then you had Aaron Gordon make that's just, even their inbound play, when they got the ball, right? So then they make 2 free throws coming back. And it's like, it's a play that takes no time off the clock. Why would you do? You have the ball. Why would you do that? Run clock, make them foul you, and then make 2 free throws. It's just strange. The decision making was so strange. I mean, maybe they've learned. I think they have had some mistakes, and they've kind of luckily avoided the consequences of those mistakes. Right? I mean, you could call it luck. You could say their margin is so big that even with these mistakes, they're still winning the series, right? Because they basically threw away game 1, but they won in game 7, right? And then in the Memphis series also, I mean, according to John Morant, he had them figured out in game 3.
I mean, who knows what
Memphis
that
went
is.
up. But, you know, to be fair, Memphis was up 29 points, 27 points, and then John Morant got hurt. So that's a little bit lucky as well. Who knows what would have happened if Memphis blows out OKC in game 3. Then there's a little bit of pressure. Let's say Memphis even wins game 4 at home. Then all of a sudden, you got this ultimate vibes team, Memphis. And not that they have good vibes. I'm saying they live and die off vibes, right? If that happened, you never know what could happen. So what I know about Minnesota is they're going to play them real tough. They're going to be like, you know, they're not going to care about all this kind of other stuff. They're not going to get rattled, I think, by this or that. So we'll see how SGA is there. But I think thus far, I don't think SGA has been the best player. I think at least 2 of the 3 other stars on the other teams have looked better than him. Yeah. Because I think Jalen has been amazing.
Jalen's been a beast.
I mean, it's not the stats. It's the clutch time.
Yeah.
I mean, the Knicks have been offensively in clutch time, and I give huge credit to Mikal and OG. They're playing some amazing defense. Mikal is making freaking crazily clutch defensive plays. But when it comes to offense, it's all Jalen, right? It is all Jalen. Mikal's hitting a shot here and there. OG's hitting a shot here and there, but they're like
corner threes. Mikal's hitting like mid-range shots.
Those little but he's getting like one, you know what I mean? Like in the last 10 points, he's getting like one jumper. OG's getting one jumper, and it's just Jalen, the ball in his hands, nonstop, over and over and over, and he is just finding a way to produce. Get to the free throw line, make a mid-range, make a step-back three, whatever they need, he's getting it.
There is this swagger there because, and we'll get to them, but when Mikal shoots, you're like, oh, will that go in? When OG shoots, you're like, will that go in? And they've gone in a lot. Well, when Jalen shoots, you're like, oh yeah, that's that's a good shot. That's Cliff, a good shot.
Jalen has gotten the most of these from me, like, oh my gosh. Like, so, you know what I mean? Because the anticipation builds up as the play is going, and then the move, and then the crossover, and then the step back, and then in your brain, you're like, no way is that gonna go in. Yeah. But you also are thinking, it's definitely going to go in. Like at the same
step
time.
Back, crossover, deep mid-range shot.
Somehow you're simultaneously thinking there is no chance in hell that ball goes in. And also it's for sure 100% going to go in. So when it goes in, you're like, oh my gosh, like that is amazing. Jalen has been number one in that. Okay. Because the Pistons series and then in the Boston series, like, man, the end of Game 1, the end of Game 2, Jalen was just like, it's incredible. I don't know how this guy does this.
It's nuts. It's nuts.
So I think he and Hali have both been better than SGA. Because again, all of the Pacers games, the series haven't necessarily been competitive, but the games have. And the games have come down to the wire.
You know me. I am the intangible guy, right? And I think of the 4 best players left in the playoffs, I think SGA is last in the intangibles.
Intangibles, yes.
In the other 3 guys, like the energy that they bring to their team, is like irreplaceable. Yeah, irreplaceable.
I would say Ant is in the intangible category. He's number 1.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because it's not so much the clutch. It's not so much the, the actual encore production. It's just the culture that he creates just by his presence and just by him being himself on the court. Like the swagger, just like this. Hey, I fear no one. I always think I'm the best player on the court. I'm going to do whatever it takes. Offensively, defensively, and I'm not going to lose confidence. I'm not going to hang my head. I'm not going to look exhausted. I'm not going to, I'm not going to throw a tantrum. I'm never going to do anything that's going to make our team be less than optimal, like mentally, you know what I mean? Emotionally. And so, because he's like fully invested in those ways, always just kind of relentless in that. And it's not overboard either. I feel like Halliburton, when he's on, he's like all the way on, and it's very kind of like over, it's a little bit, it's annoying, right? It's very trolly. And it's just himself. He's very comfortable in his own skin. So it's like, you can't really rattle somebody like that, right? Because whatever you do to him, he's just going to be himself. Yeah, they lose the game, Ant's still himself.
He will smile.
He will smile. He'll joke. He's not going to get down on it. He's just going to be like, all right, on to the next game. And it doesn't mean you'll always win, but I think that helps the team perform optimally.
Yeah, if we're imagining it in a metaphor, I like to think of like pushing a boulder up a hill. I think the intangibles, like if you have really good intangibles, it pushes the momentum further of the rock, or it's a little break. Like you could stop the rock from falling back down. Like that's like the power of intangibles. It's not that you have stronger strength or anything like that, but it just gives you the little extra boost when you're pushing it up, or it gives you the stop sign when you're coming back down, right? Yeah. So we'll see. To me, SGA feels very Kawhi-like in a lot of ways, where it's very quiet and almost robotic, and like it's like I don't get frazzled, but I don't add the intangibles, the momentum building intangibles, Whereas Jalen, I feel like, has more of that than SGA does.
Yeah. To me, Jalen is kind of like a grizzled veteran, like a military guy. You know, like a cool military guy. You know, the guy's like, oh, this guy's like a Navy SEAL. Like, he's been out there. He's seen stuff. You know, and you look to him, you're like, this guy just produces in the club. You know what I mean? Like, he's been there so many times that he knows what to do. Halliburton's kind of just like a trolley guy. You know, the guy that's like loves getting under people's skin. You know, almost like the Joker. Like, almost like a really good villain. You know, who's just like, I can push your button so that you make mistakes. I'm going to make you mess up. And then I'm going to capitalize on your mistakes. Ant's like from the streets, you know, like he's, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, again, I go back to The Wire all the time, but like the Marlowe, like he's like the young guy from the streets who's like street smart. You know what I mean? Like, and is comfortable being himself. But to me, SGA, and this is maybe why I don't like his brand of what he's doing right now. He's kind of like the I'm too cool for school guy. Do you know what I mean? Kind of like, oh, I'm just, you know, like wear shades. You know, like I feel like he should be wearing shades at every interview because there's never like this. It's like Kawhi kind of, but Kawhi is awkward. To me, SGA is like cool. You know, and everybody, the whole vibe is very like cool. Oh, we're cool. Do you know what I mean? But cool, I don't know if cool is like the vibe that you want. Do you know what I mean? It's a very Hollywood vibe. And like when it comes down to it, you don't want a cool vibe. Like you want a we will fight you vibe, right? Like you want a kind of more rough, like a grit. And so far, I haven't really seen that.
You want to be the Mighty Ducks. You don't want to be Iceland.
Exactly. That's okay. Yes, that's you don't want to be Apollo Creed. You know, you want to be Rocky, right? Like when you're fighting Drago, you don't want to come with all the fanfare and the red, white, and blue and the sparklers and the fireworks and all that. The hat, you know, like
that's Halliburton. Apollo Creed is Halliburton.
No. Halliburton is like he's not in the Rocky franchise. He's a troll, man. Like, Apollo Creed is not a troll. Apollo Creed is cool, right? Rocky's an underdog. Halliburton is a villain. Like, he is a villain. He's the Joker. Like, he is a guy that wants you. He's going to annoy you into messing up.
Yeah. All right, well, let's move to the other side. We got Minnesota. Joe, let's go. We've been talking about. Yeah.
Hold on. Halliburton is Dwight. That's who Halliburton is. He's Dwight.
There it is.
He is the mastermind of annoyance, right? And he knows. But the thing is, he's not completely, like, not self-aware. He kind of is not self-aware, but he also understands him. Like, he knows his brand, and he's not going to apologize for it. He's a beet farmer. He likes Battlestar Galactica. He knows which bear is the best bear, and he will talk about it to you until you get annoyed and you make a mistake. That's Halliburton.